I was sitting here looking at them, Job, and they were like, but now they mock at me, men younger than I, whose fathers I disdain, to put with the dogs of my flock. Indeed, what profits is the strength of their hands to me? Their vigor has perished. They are gaunts from want and famine, fleeing lakes to the wilderness, desolate and waste, who pluck mallow by the bushes and broom trees' roots for their food. They were driven out from among men. They shouted at them as at a thief. They had to live in the clefts of the valley, in caves of the earth and the rocks, among the bushes, and they brayed under the needles and the nestle. They were sons of fools, yes, sons of vile men. They were scourged from the land, and now I am their taunting song. Yes, I am their byword. They abhor me. They keep far from me. They do not hesitate to spit in my face, because he has loosed my bowstring and afflicted me. They have cast off restraints before me. At my right hand the rabble arises. They push away my feet, and they raise against me their ways of destruction. They break up my path. They promote my calamity. They have no helper. They come abroad, breakers under the ruinous storm. They roll along terror and turn upon me. They pursue my honor as wind. Prosperity has passed like a cloud. I'm just gonna scan through it now. And it was like, but when I looked for good, evil came to me. So there you go right there. There you go right there. Like, this is Job 30. And it goes on. And when you read Job 30, it obviously talks like Job is in a bottle, in a box. And Job just told the external. What I'm telling is the internal. Like, what is it? What's going on? What I'm telling. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What is it? What is the internal? What would Job, if you go to 30 and you read on, you're going to hear Job say, you talk to God like, you bless these people. You give these people. And I noticed something. In the internal, it's like God came to Job. What Job didn't probably realize is that Satan did go to Job, but God also came too. And it's like, when God comes, I notice something. Like, when Satan be around, like when people, I notice something when people do devil deals. Yeah, Satan be there, the devil be there, but God be there too. So I realized something. The energy warps. You know what I'm saying? The energy be warped in a way because of whatever somebody did. But it's also like a security field. Like a safe house. Because it's like, God can't be around nothing. So what do we do when we realize somebody in the bottle of it, in the boss, up and unalive, up in the dark night of the soul? We get away from them. We stay away from them. Everybody stay away from these people. Well, God be with these people. God be with these people. So it's almost like the energy get like that as well when God is around. Because how would you protect somebody that God is trying to heal and work on God itself? You would keep everything away from these people. What's the best way to keep everything away from these people? You tell somebody in the dark night of the soul. You know what I'm saying? And you say they entombed. Somebody sacrificed them. So what do we tend to do when we get in these situations? We don't realize what Job realized or what I'm realizing. We take it into our own hands. Why do we take it into our own hands? Because we see who did what. We know who did what. We feel that we can take it upon ourselves and go ahead and clean these people up. But that's the wrong move. I figured that out, man. I figured that out. And then when you read on through Job, it started talking about something like this test. And it was almost like Job itself was stuck in it. It's a different test though. It's the test I'm dealing with. It ain't just that, bro, because I done been through this before. And at first I thought I was tripping, but somebody was like, your family member put you in, this is like your second or third time doing this, and you ain't even realize it. So whatever they can put you in, it can, they must get a check for it or whatever. But what they don't know is that stuff is very dark. It's very sinister. One thing I know that's just as worse, if not worse than lukewarm, is redirecting somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? Detouring somebody, or destiny swapping and all that. Anything like that, that's dangerous, bro. You shouldn't alter nobody's life, period. So when I read that, and I realized that when you read Job, when you read 30, I think it's all the way to the rest of Job or whatever, go and read Moses, and read the one with the guy that got thrown in the hole. They all say the same thing. And then when you read in the Old Testament, it talks about like them people knew something that we forgot somehow today. They knew that when you was going through that, they knew God was around, the ark or whatever. They were like, oh, God, somebody's there. It's a chosen one there or something there. And they knew, for some reason, they knew to respect these people. Even though they didn't deal with them like that, they still knew that God was with these people. So it's something to think about. Instead of trying to rush and hurry up and get out of a situation, it's best to absorb it. Because you could tell when you read Job, he was failing a test or something. And Job had this attitude like, I never did you wrong. So obviously, somehow, it don't speak on that, but somehow God seen her wrong, and Job kept, it's like Job kept having to repeat it, you know what I'm saying, until he figured it out. And that's what these tests is for. It's for me, that's what if they legal, I had a question, if it's legal, why is it legal? And what is it trying to tell us? It's legal because it's bigger than it's the financial stability and the physical. And then I looked even deeper into it, and I realized that the inheritance are really spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts. Like my grandpa and my grandma was good at scrubbing. I think that's what they called it. And that gift was handed down to me. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't. I think they call it that. I think that's what they call it. Scrupple or something like that. I might not even be saying it right now, but it's deeper than drawing, man. It's something significant. It's energy. Put it like this. I had to use an oil. I had to find somebody to get oil to take this float, up. If you ain't got nobody, you're gonna have to climb. Well, if you don't want to, you're supposed to have somebody physically. If you ain't got nobody, you really supposed to be climbing. Well, I was trying to utilize that test, and eventually they started saying that's cheating. That's cheating. And you get up there, they bring you back down. So I was like, okay. Well, and then God finally came through. He said, just scruple. And somehow, let's say somebody else is scrubbing and doing drawing, and they trying to draw pretty and stuff, and they trying to copy me. And God would be like, I don't draw like that. I'm not pretty drawing. It's scrubbing. When it came to the scrubbing, he said, yeah, now we can elevate. And it's like God see, it's like the energy in the physical, in the spiritual realm, all drawing is good. Like, it's like all drawing is good, bro. And that's why when you go into them expensive museums and you see some of this artwork, and they be like, what is that? What is this? I wouldn't pay that for that. Well, we don't get it like the real artists get it. We don't see it like the real artists see it. It's real power in it. So anyway, as I was drawing, and I realized that the jet crunked back up, the float crunked back up without the person that I typically utilize or doing the test. It crunked back up and it started back floating again. And I ain't have to climb, I can float. Yep. So it's like when you get into your purpose, it's no more about the physical world at all. At all. And that's why God was like 40, 40, 50. I don't know why everybody was rushing. All right, let's see this. If you trying to see a Jesus or a Michael, or you trying to see this prophet that's gifted, a prophet from God. You trying to notice a prophet from God. How would you notice a prophet from God if you doing all the tests accordingly? Like these tests been going on. You doing it exactly the same way everybody else been doing it, pass or fail. How would you know then they're a prophet? You would know better that they're a prophet if they say, you do this and do this in the physical, you do this test and you bind it to us, we got you. And you gonna do what we tell you to do, period. But if God is with you and you do it the way God tell you to do it, it's almost like God is expecting you to make these mistakes, because you supposed to have been failed every way avenue out. So now when they say you can't get out and you done learned your lesson and you get out through God and through faith. So let's go back to the root chakras. All right, let's say the family member done did something to tie me into their stuff and messed up all my channels. Well, God is in there and he's tagging these people. He might say, my nephew doing this. My nephew is the one causing this tension right here. His twin or his flame is causing this tension, or they moving root chakras from this person to that person because they splitting DNA, splitting genetics. You know what I'm saying? Because some women ribbons got gifts of where they split genetics and they can move you here and move you there. They don't know this. They don't know this. So it's like you put somebody in this, you get the money, and that's good. Because you distracted. That ain't the real game though.